All right, welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Madisonville Marine. Boy, they carry every kind of boat you could want, and summer boating season is right around the corner. New boats, pre-owned boats, deck boats, fishing boats, pontoon boats, but everybody's still trying to catch up on boat production. All those companies that make the boats are still catching up. So in other words, if you want to be on the lakes this summer, get to Madisonville Marine now, ASAP. Well, you can wait 15 minutes till the show's over. Then get to Madisonville Marine. madmarine.com to learn more. There is no better place to buy a boat. I promise you that. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about this situation. Vince, he has posted something on Instagram. Brandon Huntley Hatfield, he's posted a bye-bye note. What does it say?
Or IG, as the kids say
IG.
today.
Yeah. He's got a story on Instagram.
Hey, you break your own news on social media these days. He says, I want to start by thanking my family, friends, coaches, teammates, and Smokey the Dog Nation for an amazing year at the University of Tennessee. I have nothing but love for everyone who has been by my side throughout my journey. With that being said, I have entered the transfer portal. I'm excited for what is to come and looking forward to exploring all opportunities for my basketball career.
I love these things. I mean, they're all like, I've loved it. You're all great to me. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Go to hell. That's what all of them sound like. All these guys do that. It's the greatest place ever. I'll never forget my brothers. I'm going to Georgetown or LSU or wherever, or Tennessee or wherever. I've gotten some feedback, people saying, what did Brandon Huntley Hatfield do? So what that he left? He was worth 3 points a game. Who cares? Guys, I look at him, any of their big men, if you told me which one of these big men has any hopes, dreams, prayers of arriving in the National Basketball Association someday, it doesn't take me more than a second to go, Brandon Huntley Hatfield. It's immediately where I'm going. Did he not have the most upside of any of the big guys?
Yes. Yes.
Then that's not a.
And plus, he could hit that little mid-range, and he hit the big three against Auburn, which might have been his first one. But he brought several aspects. You can't coach 6'10", 245.
Against Auburn, which he played a lot of minutes because he had to against their monster. 5 points, not a great day, but he hit the three that stopped an Auburn run and started a Tennessee run. 8 rebounds in that game. As a freshman, I just wonder if you'd played him more. If you're sitting there going, well, his numbers weren't great, well, maybe they would have been better if you'd played him. That's my opinion.
I thought he just physically looked more the part.
Right.
I mean, for a freshman, you figure he was going to improve on that too. But when he was on the floor, he looked the part. He deserved to be there, and not just because he was tall, but I mean, he had a better frame to go with it.
Yeah, more natural scoring ability.
Yeah.
I thought that was obvious.
Well, let's get. Go ahead, Vince.
No, I was just going to say, Josh, you saw it. I mean, in recruiting, that's what he brought to the table is finally Tennessee will have a post that has offensive ability. That's part of his game.
Here's the thing. So now you're going to have to go into the portal and get somebody anyway.
Right.
Okay? You would assume.
Right,
You're going to
yes.
have to get a big man in the portal somewhere, somehow. So the question then becomes, does that fit what Rick Barnes does in terms of culture, development? Well, now you just got a hole here. Is he going to bring someone in who's going to play? Or does this mean next year you're counting on Plavsic and Adu to really develop and carry this team, and you're not going to have somebody else to play in and mix into that group?
Well, fans would wonder about that if they will bring in someone that's established based on the example of Justin Powell. I mean, Justin Powell was another guy that was
Victor
supposed to be,
Bailey.
right.
Victor Bailey was supposed to be all everything.
Yeah, and a creator, and he ended up being a three-point shooter and just never could keep his minutes that he thought he was earning. And so, I think they have to find the right guy that can blend in with their culture, but then you adapt to what they do and play them.
Yeah, there is five-star Julian Phillips, and he would be, I think, more likely to come in and have a bigger role right away as opposed to, well, we like his talent and his future, but not necessarily right now. So that would be one that if you can get him, that addresses the talent, scoring, and maybe some lineup versatility.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I think transfer portal is where you're looking to find somebody who is established. And then, when that's the case, though, a lot of times when a player enters the transfer portal, they do so having a really good idea where they're already going to go or what their top 2 to 3 are going to be. So sometimes you can play catch up there.
Yes, I mean, he's excited for his future because he already knows his choices. He already knows what's out
Yeah.
there. He's not blindly going into it.
Right.
Some of these kids do, and they wind up sitting in the portal and nobody comes after them, and it's a terrible story. But my guess is at his level, a guy that was a 5-star coming out, I'm guessing people knew he was on the verge of leaving, and he's already talked to some people.
And I wonder, you bringing that up, I wonder because I asked Barnes about how do you have this discussion about the transfer portal with kids on your roster, and he said, we always know. And so that's when he brought up that there's more tampering now
Right, I wrote that
in
down.
college basketball than ever, where you have to go through the handshake line and say, you look great in orange. I think he probably
Calipari with Chandler,
Well,
we
right,
thought that a little bit.
Tampa was a bit of a surprise. I don't think they expected local kid from Catholic to go. He simply wanted more playing time.
He was a big problem.
It was still, but I don't think. When we were hearing the rumors a few weeks ago that this guy could go, this guy could go, this guy could go, he was not on the list of this guy could go.
Right.
So I don't expect he was going to be a starter or anything like that. But I just wonder if, well, we know who's coming and going. Do you?
No.
I
And
mean,
who has?
And I don't mean that just on Barnes. This is a question that, tell you what, we need another break. Let's roll this over. We're just going to keep talking about this. We're going to end the show. I want to talk about, is it possible in college sports to have a culture?
Mm-hmm.
Now that it's just a
Good
free-for-all,
Yeah.
Yeah.
some kids getting paid, anybody can come and go as they please. All these coaches talk about, well, culture. We have to build our culture. How do you have a culture like that? What culture if everybody's coming and going? Can you have one? Let's discuss. Go on back.